It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Fresh off a hiatus from making intros. Back to school and these niggas primrose. Copying me Kinkos. Money stretching, it's athleisure. Did it with no gym clothes. My ambition indigenous. Live within me. It's simple, boy, I've been that nigga. My mouth full of strings, I go Jimi Hendrix. I'm in a lane by myself and I'm pushing city limits. But 20 years in development without any gimmicks. Get something fried was my destiny. Watch me get this chicken miles away from heartache. Hardly away from home. Hardest rap out the city. Harpoons aimed at the throne. Fuck about my peripheral, flow is visceral, physical specimen. Y'all full of estrogen, a bitch or two, I did it first. Used to send a verse, keep whatever works. Features never dropped, I should've sent the hurts. Nobody compares, not even the man in the mirror. Used to be better till I put this rap shit to the rear. Y'all be the third string, I'm first team. Come from a city home and surf fiends with burnt dreams. Right like the Bernstein Bears, saw the man in the martyr. Play I daily depart him. Pray I remain an exemplary father. Harder to sting on my dean, raw denim jeans. Youth in my jeans, keeping out the city, gun in my bag. By any means, Malcolm. I was taught to stay ready for every outcome. These niggas poke their chest into the pound thump. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be picking up on the whole Kanye West UK Wireless Fest saga. Yesterday, we talked about the situation and how the Prime Minister was staunchly against Kanye coming into the UK, performing at their biggest festival of the year after making anti-Semitic comments. He said he's not forgiving that shit. There was also some talk about Kanye getting banned from entering into the UK to even be a part of the Wireless Fest. We saw numerous sponsors back out of the festival. Pepsi, PayPal, Diageo, Budweiser came after. Who else? Rockstar Energy Drink. 5 major sponsors pulled their support from the event after the Prime Minister said what they had to say. Now, remember, prior to these officials coming out with their grievances about Kanye, everybody was on board. The festival was going to go ahead, business as usual, right? But once the officials came out and put a hard line down and said, nah, we're not forgiving that shit. We ain't cool with this. That's when the corporations started saying no, right? So do I believe that it was a moral compass as to why they were backing out? No. I believe they said, shit, do we prioritize doing business in the UK? Or do we prioritize standing with Ye? And unfortunately, Kanye is just not important enough to put that on him. You know what I'm saying? They gotta live to fight another day. They gotta have more events. They gotta have more money coming in year round than just this one show. But now, Wireless Fest as a whole has been canceled. Kanye West's entry into the UK has also been revoked, meaning he can't go over there, which is why Wireless Fest subsequently put a halt to the event. Now, I saw some people yesterday that was antagonizing the situation and trying to say, oh, y'all being so fake, da-da-da-da-da, y'all can't stop Kanye. This is still going to be the biggest thing. Y'all thought they was going to cancel it. It's still going forth. Well, less than 24 hours later, what do you know? Now, me personally, I didn't feel like the concert or the festival had to be canceled. That's not what I was doing. I saw some people that were being very critical of me personally. I didn't understand that. I have an opinion. I haven't been bumping the nigga music. I'm critical of Kanye, but I don't hate the nigga. I didn't say that the concert shouldn't have happened. I didn't say he shouldn't have been able to perform at SoFi over the weekend. I didn't say he shouldn't have got booked. Right? I said if the black community were to stand up in the same way that the Jewish community would, none of this shit would be a problem to begin with. And I stand on that. And how dare some of you motherfuckers come around here talking about well, did you stop listening to Jay-Z when the allegations came out? You talking about some allegations versus a nigga wearing a motherfucking Klan suit. I'm sorry, people. I don't know who you think you are or where you think you at. You done seen enough J Nolan videos to know I'm gonna shit on you if you come around here with the stupid stuff. Okay? And these last couple of weeks have shown some true colors of some people that have been coming around here for 2+ years, and I don't give a damn. So please miss me with the foolery. You talking about some allegations that were unfounded about a motherfucking fake ass person who came out saying Jay-Z did something to them 20-something years ago at fucking Times Square VMAs? And the fucking nonsensical Epstein shit that don't even have nothing to do with him other than a damn fake tip line? I'm not here to cape for Jay-Z. I don't get paid by Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't name my goddamn firstborn. I really could give a fuck about what he got going on, you know what I'm saying, outside of music and influence. But let's be clear, these are not the same two people. Right? Kanye came out with tweets saying, I beat women. Some of my homies beat women, but y'all are condemning Diddy. That's what he did. He came out and said some shit about him and his little cousin. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna really go there. He put that out there. He wore the Black Klan outfit. He said slavery was a choice. He said George Floyd, the cop knee wasn't really on him like that. That's y'all boy. Those are things that are not rumors. Those are not YouTube, Snapple facts, fake facts. He did that for real. If you want to continue to support him, that's on you. It ain't got shit to do with me. I don't got to hear it. I don't got to live with it. But what you're not going to do is be able to fly out to Wireless Fest. So how you like them apples? So yesterday we had the Board of Deputies of British Jews come out. Well, actually, this was a couple days ago, where they said it has been less than a year since Kanye West released a song called Hail Hitler, the culmination of 3 years of appalling anti-Semitism. He also made a number of deeply offensive comments about the black community, saying that the 400-year experience of slavery was like a choice. I find it very interesting that the Board of Deputies of British Jews has to come out and hold him to the fire in a way that not even black people have. They say even while claiming remorse today, his latest album includes a track first released last year with the abhorrent title Gas Chamber. The Jewish community will want to see a genuine remorse and change before believing that the appropriate place to test his sincerity is on the main stage at the Wireless Festival. As such, we are willing to meet Kanye West as part of his journey of healing, but only after he agrees not to play the Wireless Festival this year. So they put a challenge out there. They say, hey, come meet with us. Come have a conversation. Come show your genuine remorse. But in doing so, forfeit your headlining performance for the 3 days at Wireless. I'm not saying you can't come back another time. Probably could come back next year. But show us you mean it. Show us a sacrifice. Right? And some people will feel like this is a humiliation tactic or a ritual or a way to humble the black man. No. No. This is bigger than that. This is to let him know he's not bigger than a program. This is to let him know that putting out a text apology in a newspaper is not enough. And it shouldn't have been enough for us because we were an afterthought. We had a fucking passage this large in his apology when the rest of it was an apology to the Jewish community. But those of y'all that want to rock with him, do your thing. So here's the official post from Wireless Festival. They say, as a result of the Home Office banning Ye from entering the United Kingdom, Wireless Festival has been forced to cancel all ticket holders will receive an automatic full refund. Now, what I find interesting about this is that rather than just taking Kanye off the headline and finding a comparable act or finding multiple acts that could kind of try to, it wasn't going to be the same. They weren't going to have the same magnitude. The festival was definitely going to be thwarted in a major way by removing Kanye. But I find it interesting that they completely canceled it. When who were the other artists on the bill for this year? I did some digging. They didn't even announce nobody else. All they put out was Kanye. So the whole thing was hinged upon his appearance. Kind of like, I guess, Drake. Remember last year he did 3 days straight, and each day was like a curated situation by Drake of people surrounding him, demands them and all that shit. So I'm guessing they were going to probably do the same thing and have Kanye kind of have a lot of input on who was going to be on the stage, who was going to come out, who was going to be a part of it, et cetera, et cetera. And now everything has gone to shit. It's over. Better luck next year, I guess. From there, the Board of Deputies of British Jews came out and issued another statement. Okay? So this is after Kanye was taken down. They say, we welcome the government listening to the concerns of Jews in the UK and preventing Kanye West from entering the country. It is deeply regrettable that Wireless Festival invited him in the first place and then doubled down when the Jewish community and our allies objected. Wireless has now been canceled, but it should never have reached this point. The situation could and should have been resolved much earlier. We hope that lessons are learned across the industry. Music festivals should be places where all communities feel welcome, not venues that platform individuals with records of profiteering from anti-Semitism, racism, and other repulsive views. We are immensely grateful for the support of those across the political spectrum and from other minority and faith communities. It should not be for the Jewish community alone to advocate for our safety. It is incumbent on the entire arts and culture sector and the civil society as a whole to recognize the scourge of anti-Semitism and heed the concerns of Jews when problematic acts are booked. Okay? So they came and followed up and said, good job. You shouldn't even got to this point. Y'all should have thought about that before y'all came right here playing, putting this nigga in front of our face. But I appreciate it though. Now, before his cancellation, Kanye did put out a statement. I don't even know if it came directly from him, but he said he would have been grateful to meet the members of the Jewish community in the UK after the controversy of his headline. He said, to those I've hurt, I've been following the conversation around Wireless and want to address it directly. My only goal is to come to London and present a show of change, bringing unity, peace, and love through my music. I know words aren't enough. I'll have to show change through my actions. If you're open, I'm here with love, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Now, he did come across as humble. He did come across as sincere in the fact that he would love to meet with them and try to, I guess, take a step in the right direction, which I will commend him for. Was it genuine? I don't know. Or was it just a way of him to try to persuade them to keep him booked at the festival? That's up to your own determination. I can't tell you what to think or what to say or how to feel about that. But after this was stated, the show was still canceled. Over on BBC in the UK, they talked about now that this decision has been made. They say that decision has now been taken out of West's hands and those of Festival Republic, which runs other major UK festivals, including Reading and Leeds. Ben had hinted that West's appearance may be in jeopardy when speaking to BBC Radio on Tuesday morning. There's a quote. He says it may be that the Home Secretary does rescind his visa. If she does, the issue is over. Ben, who is a major UK music industry figure and event promoter, agreed that West's past behavior was abhorrent and disgusting. But the promoter highlighted the role that the star's mental health may have played and asked for understanding. He said mental health is not something that disappears overnight. People suffer psychotic behavior, suffer bipolar behavior for many, many years, and I think people are forgetting that. However, Jewish groups criticized Ben's support for the star. The Community Security Trust, which aims to protect British Jews from anti Semitism, described the government's decision to stop West traveling to the UK as a sensible outcome to what has been yet another bruising episode for British Jews. His statement added, anti Jewish hatred should have no place in society, and cultural leaders have a role to play in ensuring that is the case. People who show genuine and meaningful remorse for previous anti Semitic behavior will always receive a sympathetic hearing from the Jewish community, but that process must come before this kind of public rehabilitation. So now we see exactly why that apology was put in the paper just a month or so ago. And the first thing he did was start putting out shows and putting out an album. We knew that he had the hook, line, and sinker. And now he's got a couple roadblocks for his plan. The album is out. He just did the show in LA. The US seems to be caving in, but other territories, not so fast. Okay? Gideon Falter, a chief executive of Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, has called for an apology from the organizers of Wireless. So he's saying it ain't enough for Kanye to apologize. We want y'all to apologize for even playing with us like that. I'm telling y'all, I envy this shit. Because they are not playing. And we need to stop playing so goddamn much. He told the BBC that the booking of West represented a pursuit of profit over principle, and that it was a pity that it took government intervention for sense to finally prevail. Nobody knows what would have come out of Kanye West's mouth next if you would have given him the stage at Wireless Festival. So they're saying, who knows what would have happened if we would have allowed him to get on that big stage after everything that he did. And who's to say that he does not come back around and play with us all over again and feel like he beat the game? Someone of that level of ego could be a fair assessment. After the cancellation was announced on Tuesday, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said Kanye West should have never been invited to headline Wireless. This government stands firmly with the Jewish community, and we will not stop in our fight to confront and defeat the poison of anti-Semitism. We will always take the action necessary to protect the public and uphold our values. Health Secretary Wes Streeting expressed similar sentiments earlier, calling West's apology mealy-mouthed and self-serving, and accusing Wireless of offering the rapper a fig leaf of credibility. If he wants forgiveness, it's not my forgiveness he needs, Streeting told Radio 4. It's the forgiveness of the Jewish communities, and I don't think he's done anything to earn it. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp had said West was guilty of appalling anti-Semitic and pro-Nazi comments. He also wore a swastika chain, if y'all can't remember. Also wore the Black Klan outfit and urged Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood to use her powers under the Immigration Act to refuse him a visa. I guess they did. Liberal Democrat leader Sir Ed Davey said he was glad the government had listened and done the right thing by banning Kanye West from coming to the UK to peddle this hatred. Nigel Farage had earlier warned against banning the rapper from entering the country, but described his previous comments as Nazism and said, "I wouldn't recommend anyone buys a ticket." Okay. Meanwhile, fans and detractors have been getting in touch with the BBC to voice their views. This one person said, "I'm a Kanye West fan, but it is absolutely the right decision. It was ludicrous to even book Kanye for Wireless in the first place, let alone think it was a good business decision to secure him as the headliner for 3 entire days. Sure, he has a fantastic breadth of music, but that's not the point. And that's what I've been trying to get across. I'm a former fan, a huge fan, a super fan at one point." Okay. His behavior has been repeatedly indefensible. It's not a one-off rogue comment. It's been years of deplorable behavior. He added that it was inevitable that there would be direct distress for the Jewish communities neighboring Finsbury Park, where the festival was to be held. Rosie told the BBC, "I didn't realize some of the things he said were as bad as they were until right now. If I'd known the depth of it before I'd booked, I might have felt differently about it." So now they're trying to say that they didn't even know all the shit that he came out and did. They're just now getting all of the onslaught of the crazy, wild stuff that took place. And now saying, if I'd have known, we would have done something different. From a selfish point of view, I feel more resentment towards him as an artist. It's inexcusable now, really. Okay? So even some fans out there are like, this was the right call. Now be clear, I'm not here to like dance on Kanye's failure. You know what I'm saying? I think some people perceive that to be what it is, and it's really not that, right? I just feel like he came out and did some things that are indefensible, like they said. And I feel like people are so forgiving and so fucking fake, because for somebody like Kanye, who's been playing with people and playing with his own community and multiple other communities, he even mocked Cassie getting beat up by Diddy and did a sale of the fucking hoodie that she was wearing when he stomped her and all this shit. But then y'all want to cancel somebody for some whole other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga been playing with niggas for a decade. Since 2016, he been on fuckery time. And every time he drop a new album, niggas make excuses and say, oh, the music's so good. Music ain't been good really since goddamn Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I haven't cared for a Kanye album since then. There's been songs here and there on Life of Pablo. There's a couple songs on Donda. But the music ain't been rocking like that. There's niggas with way better music that y'all would never give a fucking time of day. There's more talented people. This nigga got more talented people in his circle that's doing the work for him that y'all don't support. But then y'all want to give him all the credit for the work. I don't get it. Okay? But that's me. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you how to feel. I express myself. If you think I'm trying to tell you how to receive somebody, that is a lack on your judgment. Okay? I hate to say it, but I'm being honest, because nowhere in here did I say you should say or feel this way or you should go and do this. Never. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to